Hey guys, welcome to another session of Epic 7. This is going to be a video on the Caides farming. At the moment, right now, especially like in World Arena, a lot of offensive fighting. Penetration set is very strong. On average, you get about like 15 to 17% more damage, as opposed to if you had that hero on an immunity set. And with I-90 gear, if you get high gear score and high stats, you might not need a crit set. So, you know, a lot of people are already building like top model Luluka, like fast with pen set, A-Collie pen set, Violet, like lifesteal pen set, A-Ravi pen set with like counter and stuff like that. So there's a lot of heroes that can benefit from it. Not too long ago, I made a video in my tips and change series called how to obtain penetration set without farming Caides. And basically, long story short, it's basically using extraction trick and re-rolling the extraction piece over and over. People call it a whale trick. It's been okay. Some of my best penetration set pieces have actually came from that. But if you're hunting it, obviously you're gonna just have more essence to extract, and you can convert. So it's easier to obtain. At the end, because of the demand of like needing so many heroes on pen set now, I felt the need to create a team. So this is my team. It's not a one-shot team. Let's go run it. It's not a one-shot team, but this team is, I would say, 99.9% completion rate. So there's only one way to lose this, at least the way I have this set up, and I'll explain what it is. So generally, this first wave is kind of like a mini boss or whatever, elite. He's pretty bulky. Like if you don't land a defense break, it could be pretty detriment, and also he has a chance to stun you. I think I just resisted there. He has a chance to stun, so if I don't get a defense break there, like it would be pretty bad. So right now it's pretty good. I got a defense break, so this is pretty quick. I do have Surmia on Hell Cutter, as you can see. It does quite a bit of damage, and the thing is, like, again, this is not a one shot. This is a slow run. If I do get a defense break and a hit chance down or something, there's a high rate of killing the boss, actual Caides, like pretty quick. So he has ability to counter and stun. That's like pretty much his gimmick. This the second wave. So with Caides, I don't do a lot of reading, but this is very important. DDJ, so Daydream Joker, takes 50% effect. Caides does self-heal when he does that AoE there and lands a restrict and speed down on your heroes. So just keep that in mind. He self-heals, he also injures. Injury can only take effect up to 50% of your health. So don't worry about your heroes dying unless they're squishy in terms of like my Surmia, only like 9,000 HP. I can actually die. So one thing to note for Caides is that the mechanics are actually quite simple. So again, he does injury on the punch, he does injury on the AoE, his ultimate, and the kind of the play is that there's this icon. Actually, I'm gonna pause it for a sec. Icon on top here is called danger level, and it's basically anybody who hits the boss, whether it's like SSBs like S2, even if it's not on her turn. If you just hit the boss, you're gonna increase the danger level. The ads go after the heroes with the highest number danger level, and they'll always bring a dual attack with Caides. So that would be basically injury, like that. And so the Rowana here is very good because you'll basically have 2 chances for them to dual attack guaranteed. So you'll be able to get like that heal, which is really nice, and the CR boost for the full team, assuming that you've already got rid of the resistance debuff. So this one was a pretty good run. I stopped a bit for talking, but this one actually was a pretty quick run. So he'll die here to the SSB S2. I'll show the stats here. So those are the things you have to keep in mind. So let me just pause this for this. So those are some of the things that you have to keep in mind. That's pretty much it. SSB. Yeah, they'll hit the same danger level. So if there's 2 heroes with the same amount of danger, so let's say danger 3, then the ads go after them randomly. So a 50% chance. So SSB there is actually to keep him in check, because my SSB is built as a kind of like an RTA build. So let me just go there. Oh, actually, wait, Surmia is right there. So I could just show Surmia. So this is the Surmia. It is on Rage set. I wish I could put her on a pen set, But at the moment, I'm needing more pen sets for like my PvP heroes, so not going there yet. It is on the S1 EE because of Tamarine's dual attack, and all random dual attacks. The only issue is that if she does get that lucky 25% chance too much, then she becomes the highest danger level. So then she's gonna get punched in the face, and with again high damage but low HP, she has a hard time surviving. This is why I need the SSB to keep him in check. So the SSB will pop off on the S2 a couple times and then raise her danger level over Sirmia. So Hell Cutter, like I said, it is better because mine is like base speed Sirmia pretty much. And so by the time she gets a turn, there had been a lot of stuff happening, right? Caides gets a turn, the 2 ads get a turn, all of your heroes get a turn, and then she has a chance to potentially use this depending on her turn to do this for another Hell Cutter stack. I think the highest I've gotten is like 17 or 19 Hell Cutter, so very, very strong. DDJ is already halved, so it doesn't really matter here. And then Rage Set, ideally, since you're going to be trying to debuff him with SSB. SSB is pretty strong there. Some people use Assyria, but Assyria doesn't help me do that check where it takes away the damage. So you could possibly change the EE if you're worried about her being targeted. So those are my thoughts there. SSB. So my SSB is built for RTA. You can see the broken set here. I'm doing this because I have a free gear event. We have free gear event as I'm doing this recording. I just put her on effectiveness ring. Otherwise, she should be on this ring. Hold on, let me see here. If you have the luxury of having an triple S SSB, this would be much easier. But this is my SSB usually. So as you can see, the effectiveness is really low. It's only 31. It can still win. It just takes longer. That's all. Really, the fastest way to kill him is honestly the defense break, obviously. But it's for the free equip event, I put her on a effectiveness ring. If you do plan her to keep her like farming this, I would probably just have a swappable effectiveness ring, and I think you'd be good to go. As you can see there, the damage wasn't even that bad. She's not really a damage dealer for me. It's just to keep the danger level in check, and then to break defense break and then target debuff. Oh, there's one thing that you need to know on him is that you also can't have too many debuffs. If you have 3 or more debuffs, he cleanses all, and then he has an attack buff with a defense buff. So that's something to keep in mind. My Sirmia has like no effectiveness, right? So technically I don't need to worry about it that much. 37, sometimes I do land it. I do realize that he cleanses sometimes, but my Tamarine has a really high effect, so I usually strip it by the time it's really threatening. So obviously the higher his attack, the more he injures you at a quicker rate, right? So just keep that in mind. Bloodstone also to keep the check in case my Sirmia keeps hitting him, so that she gets healed when she S2. That's basically it. And then Rowana on actual trash gear. So it's very, very low requirement for Rowana. Rowana there obviously damaged her with the SSB. I have her on counter Celestine for extra heal. And then her S1 does barrier anyway. So the barrier helps reduce injury damage since injury needs to cut through the barrier first and then damage you based on the percent of his injury. But as you can see, there's not a lot of reforges, so this is like very trash gear, 78, and then some like really old stuff. So just keep her bulky in case she counters a lot and then somehow she becomes the highest injury target. It's not a big deal though. So high defense does negate the damage done to your hero, of course, so that would reduce the injury amount of your HP. Like I said, injury is maximally capped at 50% of your health. So realistically, if your heroes are bulky enough, you'll survive. And this is my Tamarine. As you can see, again, there's like 2 pieces that are not reforged. I don't feel that I need to. This is usually for Expo. On Potion Vial, in case she gets speed downed. Because her cycling is probably the most important in terms of the healer, in terms of the push, in terms of the strip, the dual attack, the attack buff, and the cycling. So she'll speed up the run a lot. Mine is at a B imprint. I don't think this really matters too much. As you can make up the other stats, I think you're good. So that's pretty much it. That's the concept behind it. I'm gonna run one more for the sake of the video, so you guys can see what a slow run potentially looks like. But generally, it's pretty good RNG. I mean, they punch so much with the dual attack that the SSB usually gets the S2 quite quick, and there's a 50% on her proc rate with the effectiveness as enough to bypass the minimum effectiveness check. So it's usually quick. It's usually this first round, I feel like sometimes is longer. That's why I think people really want to one-shot this, because the rate of you Yeah, it's a pretty slow run if you get unlucky. I feel Azimanic slow runs are still longer than Caides though, especially with this team. So as you can see there, that's actually really good damage. And because we already did the Surmia S3, that's after with the Death Break, of course. We already did the Surmia S3, so see the Potion Valve coming in handy there too. So on the next run into Caides, my Surmia will be able to S2. So she'll have the greater attack buff, and then she'll have a S3 again. No, actually no, I don't think so. That's not the cycling. So right now, Tamarine is the highest injury, but it doesn't matter. So, so both Rowana and Tamarine are on danger at 1. So you can probably see a 50-50 here. He might go for, no, he went for Rowana both times. It doesn't matter. But basically right now, SSB is going to be the highest since I have healing on some of the Soul Weavers. Caides will attack whoever he wants, I think. Oh yeah, I do get it. So we didn't get a defense break, but we got a target debuff, and Hellcutter was at 12 there. And then with the greater attack buff, Tamarine here can help extend it as well. So I feel like this team is pretty safe and pretty quick. Like I mentioned before, Assyria on Song of Stars is very good here, but it's just that when I tried her, Surmia became a risk. Like I wouldn't be able to sustain the healing. So I kind of like them going after SSB. Once SSB is the lowest health, Rowana's barrier goes to SSB anyway. So it's very nice. So we don't have a defense break and we already have half HP. Let me just close this so you can see it. We don't have a defense break, we already have half HP. So this is much quicker than Azimanic. Azimanic slow runs. To extend that buff a bit more, the attack buff on Surmia. I think he'll do the, yeah, on the next turn he has ultimate, so he's gonna do the restrict, AoE, and he will heal. So this one's a bit slower. As you can see, we don't have the defense break. So comparing to the previous fight, and he dispels. It's too late to back out now. So restrict and slow speed down are applied here. So we won't be getting the CR boost. That's why the Tamarine Potion Vial and ideally high effect resist would be good. So a Celestine with a barrier. Very good buffer for that SSB, and then Bloodstone with lifesteal on mine. So it will help this healing. So he has one more turn on the defense break. I think we kill though with Surmia. Uh-oh, wait, this is an issue. So yeah, so I was thinking about SSB without the, so he'll cleanse here, I think. Wait, doesn't he cleanse? I think he cleanses on his turn maybe? With 3 debuffs are there? I know he cleanses somehow. Let's take a look. I don't like I said, I don't read. He doesn't cleanse. So maybe 4 debuffs. Maybe 4 debuffs. Anyways, if you read, you would get the picture there. Either yeah, so that's a bit slower because I had to cycle Tamarine twice. But as you can see, it's still pretty safe. So the SSB is actually really safe there. Bloodstone, lifesteal, 2 healers. There's very little way you can lose. Like I said, about like a 99.9. I ran like 20 run, and then like a 20 run, and I failed 1. And it's because Surmia died. And even then, it wasn't like a fail right away. I caught it early enough because SSB was still doing damage. I R-keyed twice and it died. So, but I mean, that's not really fair. Anyway, that's the video with the build. Hopefully that will give you guys some ideas if you guys are looking into Caides hunting. Anyways, good luck, and I hope this was informative. I'll end this with the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.